Yeah. This promotes powerful vibes, right? So before you take a call or what have you, you actually have to feel like you're in control. Alright? So there. Okay, everybody sit down. Your time to shine. And 3 minutes. Timer starts now. Go.
What I have here is a cross. This is actually a gift from my colleague from my first BPO ever at Full Potential. um, I don't know if, but for me, this it has sentimental value for me because aside from it's religious gift, though I'm not that religious type person, but I really appreciate that person who gave me this item for me because I didn't really expect that someone like one will give me this cross. Oh, I don't know what's gonna be the purpose, but I know that there will be a purpose somehow why that person gave me this gift because that time I was about to quit.
Quit what?
To quit with the training because that was actually sales account as well. So that was my first call center experience, and I don't, for sales, it's numbers is very important. So for the during the nesting, I weren't able to provide numbers. So it's 1 week. I know, 2 weeks nesting. So I weren't able to provide numbers during the 3 days nesting. So I was about to quit. I talked to my team lead. I'm gonna quit. I will not continue the training because of I already able to provide numbers. So they the trainer talked to me personally that you're here so grab the opportunity for you to learn more and try to ask questions if you have a problem with the process or with the product. So it really helped for me. Then after 2 days, Mon gave this to me and told me actually he was one of the tenured rep for that account, and he told me that before you go to work you have to pray because that's part of their routine of our as a person as well. So I take that opportunity to listen that person because it's very grateful for me to have that someone that could provide me
Continue. Finish
the
your.
encouragement
Mhm.
the encouragement to continue training. So it works for me. I'll stay for the company for more than a year. Then ended up I resigned as well. Then yeah,
Alright.
that's it.
Okay, give him a round of applause. Did you notice the time? You did, but you kept talking and talking, right? So quick feedback, like what I mentioned yesterday also, something that we'd like you to work on are your fillers. I was able to count 17 fillers during the 3 minute span. Alright, so that's gonna be a little bit your ums. So that's something I'd like you to challenge yourself with. Think of any topic outside work, right, or at home, and then record yourself and see how you're doing. So you have to start listening to yourself. That's actually what I did with one of my friends who needed help with, the TOEFL. Yes. So it's more on practice. Your THs, so the versus da, that versus that. And then how do you say, we mentioned this a while yesterday. How do you say this word? My improvise, and the sun is out. Okay. How do you say this word again?
Opportunity.
There. But you reverted back to your old way of saying it yesterday. So we say opportunity, right? And then how do we say this?
Purpose.
Purpose, not purpose, alright? So it's going to be purpose. Are we clear? Okay, so Filipino pronunciation. SVA, or subject verb agreement, something that we need to work on and we'll discuss later on. I weren't able, shoot, I can't understand my handwriting. I weren't able to something. So I was not, because you're talking about yourself. Okay? I'll gonna. Their biggest sickness of Filipinos, I'll gonna. You take out the contraction. A contraction is this. I'm not going to discuss contractions anymore, I'll just show you, alright? I'll means I will. Right? That is a contraction. So, I'll gonna is a big no-no. I am going to. But we're not going to get to verb tenses because that's going to take like 2 hours to discuss. What we're gonna, this is something you should have taken back in high school and what have you. I know you all go on Facebook, right? So what's 5 minutes away from Facebook to go to a grammar website? There are a lot of resources on the internet. Your exercises that I got for comms are all from the internet. So if you really want to improve, this is something that we're going to have to put extra work in.
This is what I want to show. This is my first portrait. This is very sentimental because when I was in high school, I am very alone person.
Oh, you're an introvert.
Okay. So I don't even get happy experience when I was in high school. So I'm always doing sketch and I'm always doing some artwork inside my room. So when I was in high school, I always observe when it comes to extracurriculum curriculum. So I always observe them and I want to join, but I really shy to join them. I just observe and I tried to sketch and I made this and it gives me more confidence because some of my friends see this and they what you call it they told me that I have a talent that I need to show and I need to just believe in myself and then think more about how I improve myself and I just my friends told me that if I want something to do, be confident and just try to listen and try to find something that helped me a lot to improve myself.
Still to work on. You were able to improve your THs just minimal. So I just heard one, this versus that. Did you practice? Yeah, that's good. Your represent versus represent. So you have to pull in your lips for the P, remember? I've been through a lot of struggling. So terminology, I've been through a lot of struggles. Or actually, what would be a better term? Depends on, if you're saying I've been struggling with what? What kind of struggles were you struggling with? challenge more of myself.
Challenge.
What do you mean by that? So you're trying to challenge yourself probably to do better. So we wouldn't say challenge more myself. I'm trying myself. I need to hear your end.
Today I brought something sentimental for me. I have this little organizer. It reminds me my family, my children and my husband. Every time that I am not in mood or I'm unhappy, so I always look at this little organizer.
Okay, pass it around so they can look at it. Woo!
And my children are very special for me, and they are my inspiration as well. So even though that I am old enough, so I need to pursue my studies. So I started studying at 2015 as AGBI, major in marketing management, and I do believe that in education there is no age limit, but the important is you need to do something to yourself, and you have to, that I need to achieve my goal, and I need to show it to my children that I can do anything even though how hard it is. And a lot of people, always telling me that, oh, why you're late finishing your studies. Of course, I don't want to blame them. That's the nature of human, always trying to tell critics at the same time telling not bad things or maybe not good things to you, to yourself. But I want to show it to them that, no matter how old you are, but you need to do your best to be more resourceful at the same time, to help yourself to develop your personality, and do your best to to show it to them that you can do whatever you want to do, because my life is very important, especially that my children are there, and I need to tell them that no matter how hard the life is, you need to pursue, and you need to be more determined at the same time to be to be a successful person someday. So I have the experience also that every time that we went home and my classmates, giving that fare to the driver, and when they're telling, Mano, this is our fare, so we are all students, and when that driver look at me, oh, are you student? Yeah, I am. Estudyante or medyante? Anything, Manong. Yeah, that's really a true story. But, I'm not ashamed of myself. I want to show it to that. Oh my God, I don't want to cry. Yeah, no matter how old I am now 36 years old and turning to 37, but I am proud to myself that now I just waiting my graduation ceremony on next Saturday and on May 19th.
Wow.
Because I do two schools, yeah.
To school?
Yes, Arellano and informatics as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why my body looks like this. Actually, this is not my real physical feature, yeah. But I need to sacrifice everything
So you
to my
lost
children.
the-
Yeah, everything. I need to sacrifice my time, especially my time to my children, to my husband also. But he's very responsible and understanding. So now I am proud that I can achieve everything. But I need to be more determined, and at the same time, I need to pursue what I have started. And one thing is, 2 years every day I brought my children in school.
They allowed you?
Yes, all my professors, even my dean, because I am the scholar of school and at the same time, student council.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's a lot of work.
And I am an active member of Philippine Junior Marketing Association.
GBC.
Yes. And I do my OJT in another school, and after that, I'm going to another school attending my night class. No.
Do you even sleep?
Yeah. And waking up in the morning early because I need to do household chores, kids going to school every 6 in the morning, and cooking foods before I.
Does your husband help you out at home?
Yes,
That's good.
but that's for in the night. In my part, of course, very hard. So I have a lot of struggles, and I have encountered a lot of problems. But problems is always a part of life. I don't want to quit. I don't want to, to put myself that I am a loser. Because when I was a young girl, a lot of problems we encountered in our family. Because my father is a womanizer. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's a hard-headed at the same time, and my mother sacrifices a lot of things, but now she's only a elementary graduate. A lot of people told her that, oh, you can't go in Canada, you can't even go in somewhere, because the educational attainment of my mom is that for elementary. And but she's in Canada right now. And
Your mom. And this is
yeah.
why you wanted to teleport to Canada.
Yes. So I want to be more determined. At the same time, I want to be more competitive to other person also, and that's my dream. That I need to reach my goal at the same time because I want to be successful, and I am a business-minded person. So I want to put up my own business someday. And I need to be a boss of my own company.
That's